So this is where the staves go to be seasoned, which is where they're exposed to the natural elements for anywhere from 2 years up, depending on what the customer wants. I saw some that had been seasoning for 4 or 5 years, but normal is 2 or 3 years. And in that time, the wood is exposed to rain and wind and drying out, and it loses a lot of mass. A stave that's cut to approximately 27 millimeters will be reduced to about 22 millimeters. When staves are first brought in, they undergo a water treatment. So the water itself is treated with UV rays to kill any microbiological organisms that might exist in the water. All around the bottom of the pallets of staves, it looks like the color of black tea because all the tannins are coming out and staining the ground. So this machine takes staves that have been seasoned. They are cut on all 6 surfaces of the staves. So the sides of the stave are beveled, the belly and the back are given the concave shape for the barrel, and then the top and bottom are trimmed. And once the stave comes all the way through this machine, it will fit together. They will fit together into a barrel shape. So since all of the staves have slightly different widths, each barrel has a unique set of staves that goes into it. So you have a person who selects the staves to make up the exact width of a barrel. So he has a form or a tabletop that's the exact width of a regular barrel, and he finds the staves, puts them in until they fit perfectly to make the width of a barrel. So it's like he's building a little puzzle for each barrel. So the person takes the layer of wood of staves that's the exact right width for a barrel, and they build a rose. So they take a working hoop. It's not the finished hoop, but it's a working hoop, and then they place the staves upright within the hoop to build this stave that looks like a big open one-sided barrel. And they rearrange the staves until they fit really tight and then knock them into place. In this, you're seeing bending of the staves, and you'll hear coopers talk about steam bending, water bending, and fire bending. Essentially, all barrels are fire bent, but some of them also might go through a steam process first or a water process first, and afterwards go through the fire bending. So in the background, you can see big metal tubs, and those are full of really hot water. And again, this takes out astringency from the wood and assists in the bending process, but it's more to take the astringency out of the actual wood. You have an open-sided barrel. You have hoops on one side, so it's tight on one side, and then it's splayed out on the other side with all the staves like this. So you turn it upside down. You put a metal coil around it so that it pulls tension in opposite directions, and then as the fire is toasting in the middle of the barrel, the winch rolls in some of the metal coil, and it pulls it in opposite directions to make the splayed out staves come together into the barrel shape, and then they can put another working hoop on the other side. They don't have any way of monitoring it as far as temperature gauges or anything like that. They build the fires, and then there's one guy whose job it is to monitor the toasting of the barrels. So he moves them around and flips them around so that they're getting like an even toasting all throughout, but it's completely human controlled.